Blaine, let me start by asking you, what was the hearing on this morning?
Well, the hearing was about the economic impact of auto dealer closings on rural communities, and we had Don Thomas and another dealer from North Carolina in, as well as a professor out of Creighton University that deals with automobile manufacturing and dealer economics, and so it was a very interesting hearing.
What were some of the things that were brought up today?
Well, obviously by the impact of the car dealers on their communities, we looked at the amount of income that they bring to the community, the amount of donations and charitable support that they give to the community, the impact of losing a dealership on the community, not just from the job standpoint, but also from the economic impact of having, if people want to get their vehicles fixed or serviced, how far they would have to travel. There's a lot of other economic factors that are involved in a dealership if it's closed, and as some of these GM and Chrysler dealers are going through this process right now.
And what was some of the discussion then among the committee members? Did they have any reaction to what they heard from Don Thomas and the others testifying?
Yeah, Don and a gentleman from North Carolina both gave very powerful testimony with regards to the fact that they're profitable dealerships. They make money for GM. They make money in their communities. They support the community activities, provide a lot of jobs, a lot of security. They provide convenience for the local folks with regards to getting their products serviced, as well as not just besides the purchases. So we looked at a lot of those things, and then we looked at the relationship between the dealers and the automobile manufacturers themselves. And we're very concerned about the fact that apparently there is very little, if any, cost for the manufacturers to have a dealer. And then the obvious question is, well, why, if you're a manufacturer, do you want to hurt the distribution system that you have worked so diligently over the years to build up? If there's no cost to it, why are you concerned about the number of dealers out here if that dealer is profitable? We can see that there would be a concern if the dealer would be someone who is financially struggling and maybe a problem for you as a manufacturer down the road. But if you have strong dealerships, those would be the ones I would think you want to support. Those would be the ones that you want to keep in business, and those are the ones that are going to be the base from which you can build your company back. And we had a lot of unanswered questions there from the standpoint of a response that's needed now from the automobile manufacturers themselves. But we came up with a lot of good information, and the gentlemen who were there this morning did a fantastic job of laying out their situation and answering all the questions from the committee folks as a whole.
How would you think that Congress could get involved in this situation, and what kind of action should they take?
Well, there is a bill that has passed through the House that I supported, and I have since written a letter to the Senate, my Senate colleagues, asking them to support that would reinstate some of the franchise rights that have been abdicated and basically thrown out by some of the bankruptcy proceedings of GM and Chrysler. And in doing that, that would allow them to be able to exercise their rights and have some protections. As it is now with the bankruptcy proceedings, it kind of leaves them just bare. They really are at the mercy of the bankruptcy judge. They're at the mercy of the car manufacturer themselves to make the decision whether they are able to continue with their dealership or not. And so, at the end of the day, we're hopeful that in Mr. Thomas's case, he can find a way to get GM through some sort of appeals process, which is a very difficult thing to pin down here. All of the members who were there this morning said there really isn't much of a process. It's very difficult to talk to anybody, even at the corporate level. It's very difficult to get anybody to have a discussion. So they're still trying to work through and find a way to get somebody at the corporate level to be willing to sit down with them and explain to them what, if anything, can be done to get themselves back in business here or maintain their dealership. I think sometime late next year is whenever the dealerships will be scheduled to close. So they've got some time yet to try and find a resolution to this situation. But obviously, we're going to have to find some way to get some reconsideration, hopefully from the GM folks here in Mr. Thomas's case.
All right. I think that's probably good on this end of it, and then we'll just see if we can track him down to go along with that.
Perfect. Very good.
All right. can guys in your office try and hunt him down, or shall I try and make some phone calls, or?